What's going on, Zack Pack? Welcome back, and if you're new here, a big hello to you. Be sure to press that big shiny red button and join the Zack Pack today. Now, today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about my favourite Pixar movies. Now, I know way back I did my top 5. Was it top 5? On my favourite Disney movies. I'll find the video and I'll put it in the top right for you. So I thought I'd do this video just because it sounded fun. I wanted to do it. And yeah, why not? So, without further ado, let's get in to today's video. The first one we're going to talk about is Cars 1. Way back in 2006, when Cars was made, this was the first movie that was actually created by Disney Pixar. Now, before that, Pixar was its own company that Disney was leasing out to make 3D animation movies. We all know this. And if you don't, then you've learned something new today.
You're welcome.
And it was fabulous. And it still is to this day. I think Cars holds up well. Hell, I'm going to say it. Toy Story holds up well from my point of view with the animations of today. I mean, obviously they've extended and they've gotten a hell of a lot better, don't get me wrong, but if you didn't know the years of which they were made, I'd say Toy Story was where's my phone? I'd say Toy Story was was of this era. Most definitely. Anyhow, I digress. Cars 1, for me, the story, the characters, the sheer amount of character development from Lightning McQueen. He becomes this hotshot rookie racer and basically gets lost in this quaint little country town of Radiator Springs off of Route 66 when Mac's falling asleep, stop for the night and take a rest because he wants to be the first to get to California. They fall off. He gets impounded because he destroys the town, and his punishment is civic duty, and he has to fix the road with Big Bertha, which is like a tarmac machine. He becomes like the best version of himself. He becomes best friends with Mater. He falls in love with Sally. The rest is history. It is a fantastic story. It is well written, well created, well made, and it's just got one of my favourite parts ever when they just turn those neon lights on down the main street. Oh, it makes me... Oh, it's so good. It's a quaint story. It's wonderful. I absolutely love Cars 1. The next one is from 2015, and this is Inside Out. Now, I absolutely love this movie so much because it not only explains emotions to children in a fun, whimsical way, it also, I feel, delves deep down into mental health as well. Like, when, you know, you need your joy, you need your sadness, you need your anger, you need your fear, you need your disgust, all to be a functional human being, so to speak. If you don't have your joy for the happy moments, then everything turns to sadness, everything turns to anger, and you may be on a bus back to the first place she was from. I can't think of the name at the current time. But she was trying to escape San Francisco because she absolutely hated it. Because they didn't have hockey, they didn't have all that kind of stuff. As I was saying, Inside Out is a wonderful movie. I feel it delves into mental health, which is something that not a lot of movies can actually do, to say the least. I love the story, I love the characters, I love Riley, I love joy, anger, sadness, disgust, fear. I love them all because they're all unique in their own way. The next one we're going to move on to is WallE. Now, WallE is one of those post-apocalyptic movies that you think, oh, it's going to be another one of them. But it's not. WallE finds love with Eve. He's trying to clean up the town that us humans have completely destroyed through global warming and just intoxication of the world and all that kind of stuff. And WallE's there fixing it one cube of rubbish at a time. Finds the most magical things that he thinks is wondrous, like a fork, a TV, a radio, all that kind of fun stuff. And it's so heartfelt and so heartwarming of a story. I absolutely love it. I really, really do love WallE so much. It is one of my favourites. Moving on to Cars 3. This is another one of my favourite ones. And Cars 3, I feel, is spectacular. Now, it's very hit and miss. Now, this could be biased because I love Cars itself in general. It's one of my favourite franchises of the Pixar genre. The Pixar department of Disney. But Cars 3 is by far, I think, one of the best ones out there in Pixar terms. Now, if you haven't seen Cars 3, it's basically a follow-on, from what I can tell, of Cars 1. And it is, because, you know, Lightning McQueen's getting old. He's not the youngest anymore. He's one of the veterans now. The king has retired. His son is doing it. You know, and then you've got these faster, even better cars, these hybrid cars. Jackson Storm is one of them, and he's utmost rival. And Lightning McQueen is trying to train himself as much as he can to actually get there and be the best he can be. And I absolutely love that. Like, I love the way that Lightning is trying to push himself, but yet he's got to learn all these new techniques that, you know, could eventually break him. But then he talks his way, as he does, to the old ways, the ways that Doc used to train the Hudson Hornet. And I think the whole reason why this movie was made, I've found this out, that there was a lot of unused footage from the first movie of Joe Ranft, who voiced Doc, or Hudson Hornet, and they wanted to use all of that up. So they created Cars 3 and gave Doc essentially the backstory on how he trained and how he became as big as he was. And then you've got the classic cars who were in like the NASCAR circuit back in the day. And these are based off real people, they're not fake. It's fantastic. It is wonderful. It is very much a great movie. The next one we're going to talk about is Toy Story 3. Now I'm just going to say off the bat, unpopular opinion, I wasn't too keen on Toy Story 4. I just want to say that. I feel like Toy Story 4 was unnecessary, it wasn't needed, and it was predictable. So predictable. Like, okay, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but when Bo Peep comes in, you know Woody is going to choose her, because he chooses Bo Peep over everyone and everything every time. Moving on to Toy Story 3, as I digress. But Toy Story 3 is by far probably one of the most emotional movies that I've seen. And it's that scene at the end, and I've played it a few times in videos, where Woody and Buzz are sat on the porch, and they see Andy drive off, and they say, "So long, partner." And oh my God, the tears start rolling every single time with me. I can't deny it. It is a very emotional scene. I feel like I'm tearing up right now, actually. It's such an emotional scene. Like, that's Woody's life just gone. That's Andy's childhood gone. Like, that's where we should have left the story. We should have left the story just there. The next one we've got is Up. Now, Up is just a wonderful movie. I love Up so much. I love Russell. I love Kevin. I love Carl. Oh, they're just wonderful, wonderful characters. And the whole fact that Carl is trying to make Ellie's dream come true is just beautiful. It really, really is. I can't stress enough how much of a love story this actually is. And it's so beautiful. And look at Stitch. There he is. Hello, Stitchy. But yeah, it's a wonderful movie. Wonderful, wonderful movie. A wonderful story. By far one of my favourites. That first 10 minutes of that movie, very emotional. Very emotional. Not going to lie. And the last one The last one is fairly recent. I think pretty much one of the newer ones. Incredibles 2, ladies and gents. Now, what can I say about Incredibles 2 apart from that we have been waiting years for this movie. And oh my gosh, did it deliver. For me personally, I love the fact that the roles completely swapped. Like, we got to see Bob take care of the kids. We got to see Helen fight the crime. We got to see a bad guy be a woman. We got to see some amazing action. We got to see some amazing, homework done. And oh my gosh, Jack's powers were just phenomenal. You can't go wrong with Edna Mode's. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. I love it so much. I really, really do love it so much. And yeah, so that, ladies and gents, is my favourite Pixar movies. I hope you'd enjoy this video. And if you did, give it a big thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below your favourite Pixar movie. Have you got one? Is it one on the list? Is it one that I didn't mention? Let me know. Let's start a conversation. I'd love to take a chit chat. Let's get the conversation going. If you're not done so already, be sure to press that big shiny red button and join the Zack Pack today. You get a lot of perks with the Zack Pack. They're all down below for you. Discord, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, merch store, Patreon. My Twitch is down there as well. I'm doing a lot more on Twitch currently. Twitch Sings is one of my favourite things to do at the moment. I absolutely love that. And if, I will shout out as much as I can whilst before I actually go live, during while I'm live and things like that. So in case you want to come over and support me over there, that'd be fantastic as well. And yeah, have a wonderful week. And I will see you all for the overview tomorrow of the week. It's been a weird one, but I'll let you know. And yeah, hope you all have a wonderful time. See you all real soon. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, stay classy, Zack Pack.